Stokes, harsh words about those police chases into Jackson.
16 WAPT Scott Simmons investigates the police pursuit debate.
Race is a factor in the blatant disregard for the public safety.
Jackson Councilman Kenny Stokes claimed this week that police chases into the city happen more often now that there is a black mayor and black majority council. But former Jackson Mayor Dale Dank says that's not true.
Chases are nothing new. It's been going on for years and will continue to go on so long as you have crime problem.
A high-speed chase from Rankin County killed Larry McCoy's daughter and niece back in 2001. Since then, he's lobbied for changes as president of a group called Victims of Police Pursuits.
But I truly believe that when somebody that's considered to be extremely important gets killed in a police chase, then you're going to see all kind of activity to remedy the situation.
I don't agree with it. I wish that it would not occur. I would ask individuals that are in positions of authority in outside jurisdictions not to bring those chases into Jackson.
But you've asked them before not to do it, right?
That's exactly right.
But you can't stop them.
Cannot stop them. The laws allow them to do it.
The law states that an officer has arrest powers anywhere in the state. And there was a task force a few years ago that looked at creating a statewide policy regarding police pursuits. But in the end, that task force decided on roads like this, they would leave it up to each individual agency.
Richland and Pearl are but two of the several agencies I contacted today who say they will continue to chase suspects into Jackson.
You're going to be held accountable for your actions. It's not something as simple as, okay, we've reached the line, we're going to turn our lights off and go back the other way and pretend this didn't happen, because you still have a victim at the end.
Jackson's police chief hoping lawmakers will change the state laws before a high-speed chase into Jackson causes an innocent victim to lose their life. Scott Simmons.
Kenny Stokes, widely regarded as the king of Ward 3. If Jackson had a mascot, it would for sure be Kenny Stokes. A Georgetown representative, graduate of Lanier High School, outspoken, controversial, but unapologetically Jacktown. Councilman Kenny Stokes was born and raised in Jackson, Mississippi. Councilman Stokes was the first African-American graduate of Jackson Public Schools to serve on the Jackson City Council, a graduate of Lanier High School and Jackson State University. He is the longest serving African-American elected in Jackson City government. As a city councilman, he has been leading the drafting laws for the betterment of the citizens of Jackson. Now, that was the Wikipedia version. I'm going to tell you like a T.I. is. Kenny Stokes is the undisputed king of Ward 3, Mr. Georgetown, no nonsense. He going to say whatever on his mind. Everybody might not like Kenny Stokes. I don't agree with everything he say. But I can tell you this. However he feel, he going to tell you how he feel. Kenny Stokes is a real Juice City legend, man. And this being Juice City legend, man, we just gonna let Kenny do his thing.
Now to a developing story. Supervisor Kenneth Stokes is questioning the way Jackson's mayor, Chokwe Lumumba, died.
We're glad to have people out here as we get ready, because we're gonna ask the question, who killed the man? Now, you know, we feel a lot better with that autopsy or something to say. First they say it's not a heart attack, it's not a stroke. Then what was it? You don't just die like that and you was healthy.
Asking who killed the mayor. Can you explain what you meant when you were asking that?
So many of us feel throughout the city of Jackson that the mayor was murdered. You know, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to try to say it in a way where people, you know, feel that we should have said it another way. You know, he go in the hospital, and when he went in, you know, people left him because they say he was in good spirit, good shape. If he was any kind of way in trouble, people would have stayed there. And then all of a sudden, they said it was a heart attack. No, it's not a heart attack. They said it was a stroke. No, it's not a stroke. Only thing they're saying, he was sick. Anybody over the age of 30 is sick. You know, so how did he die? You don't just die by saying I'm sick. If they said it was cancer's a slow killer. It wouldn't have killed him like that. I believe that someone killed him. Now, I can't prove it, but I'm going to say it. That's how I feel in my heart. And a lot of other people feel that he was killed.
Again, we want to reiterate that this is a totally unsubstantiated statement by Kenny Stokes. We called the Jackson Police Department to ask if they were investigating the mayor's death. Now, they say they are not conducting a murder investigation because the coroner says Lumumba died of natural causes. But if someone brought them facts, they would be willing to do so. We also have reached out to the Hinds County
Claims about who may have shot up a police officer's home.
And then you have a hog-head lying bastard like Duke who trying to make like it's the city of Jackson against all law enforcement.
What is your response to him calling you a hog-head lying bastard?
I have no comment, Ross.
Undersheriff Raymond Duke tight-lipped in his response to what Councilman Kenneth Stokes said about him in a news conference this morning. Stokes' comments came after Duke said the shooting of a Pearl officer's South Jackson home this week was a hate crime against police and possible retaliation for a high-speed Pearl police chase into Jackson. Duke said Stokes' words a year ago might have motivated the gunman. Last year, Stokes said people who should throw rocks, bottles, and bricks at officers who chase suspects into Jackson.
The first thing would be this. Who would know he lived in South Jackson? That's the first thing. The second thing would be, even if they knew, who knew the lady that was in the chase? Are you saying her loved ones came and shot up the house? How did they find the house? You see how stupid that is for him to say that?
Undersheriff
Here earlier today talking about a plan to move along a potential curfew for the county, but many people are still talking about his behavior in a boardroom here last week. He says he's not taking any of his comments back. Supervisor Kenneth Stokes touched a nerve last week, uttering those words at a Hinds County supervisors meeting. Then came this.
Yo, mom. Yo, mom.
Supervisor Robert Graham says he's apologized on behalf of the board, but Stokes says he shouldn't have.
What else is besides? Is there anything else? If this person had not shot at anything, I wouldn't have said anything. I'm ready to vote. I'm ready to save some jobs, and that's what I did.
So no apologies.
Hell no.
County employee Sharon Sims claims after that meeting, Stokes said to her, quote, "At least I ain't no black person who wanna be white. At least I ain't no Uncle Tom." Stokes says Sims started it.
Oh, I did call her Uncle Tom.
Do you think that's appropriate?
Well, she's Uncle Tom, yes. If I was lying, it wouldn't be.
Stokes claims the vast majority of Hinds County supports his actions, but we had a hard time finding them.
That is not sending the proper message to our kids. And if he feels that that's what he has to do to get the message across to some people, then that's what he feels.
In his position, he should have a different attitude.
Garbage contract with claims of corruption.
What I am saying plainly and simply is that I believe certain members of our council, I believe certain members of our council have accepted bribes and are steering a contract.
He went on to suggest names.
When's the last time that you saw Kenny Stokes and Ashby Foote so closely aligned to one another? You have to ask yourself, what is going on here?
If he thinks that, then he needs to name who they are and provide the evidence. I mean, I'm not taking any bribes.
What evidence do you have of such a thing?
I will leave it at my statements. What I said is that is what I believe. I know how to walk the tightrope of what I say, having been professionally trained in that area.
I am a councilman. Nobody elected you to.
Stop it. Enough. Enough.
It follows a profane back and forth at Thursday's city council meeting. The city administration claiming Stokes is sexist.
Councilman Stokes has consistently shown a disdain for women in positions of power.
Sunday, Stokes defended his actions.
Now, for a person not to be elected by the citizens of this city to try to take over a council meeting is absolutely wrong. I do not care what position they hold in the mass administration. They're not elected officials.
But Kenny Stokes responding late this afternoon to what the mayor had to say. Here is some of what Stokes had to say.
I don't talk to Foote. I don't talk to the mayor. And for him to put out that kind of nonsense ain't nothing but lies. Now, you won't know what I'm thinking? The mayor got to stop smoking that dope. The mayor must stop smoking that dope. It's running him crazy.
He accused you of bribery, Kenny.
It's running him crazy. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna invite the FBI to come in to City Hall. Ask the mayor any evidence.
Kenny Stokes. And like I said, to some people, he's controversial. To some people, he's a hero. But what you can't deny, that this guy is some kind of entertainer. When it comes to the conditions of Jackson, some people blame people like Kenny Stokes for being in their position too long. On the other hand, when it is situations that's going on in the community and the people need somebody with a voice that's going to be heard, Kenny Stokes is that guy. Me speaking personally, being from the Georgetown area, going to Lanier High School, I can personally say Kenny Stokes has done some positive things. I can remember as a 4th grade at Galloway Elementary, Kenny Stokes took us, me and my class, to Memphis, Tennessee, to the Lorraine Motel to teach us about history and about Dr. King. I can remember when I played in the band in Lanier, after the parades, Kenny Stokes made sure everybody in the band, the drill team, the cheerleaders, he made sure everybody had food to eat. I can also recall older people in the community having a problem, and they feel like they didn't have nobody to talk to. They can go get Kenny Stokes, and Kenny Stokes can go up and make enough noise to get the right people's attention. But you know, it's the other side to Kenny Stokes too. Like I said, everything he do I don't agree with. And sometimes he can be stubborn and hard-headed. But I do believe that Kenny Stokes' heart is in the right place, man. But like I said, he is a Jew City legend. If you are a fan of the Batman movie, The Dark Knight, and you know the famous quote by Harvey Dent, you either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. Kenny Stokes. Man, I hope y'all enjoyed this, man. This your boy Silly Said with Juice City Legend, man. We about to keep our foot on their neck all 2024. You hear me? We checking out. Peace.